Hey, and welcome to the final lesson. So yes, this is lesson number 10, and as you know, today we are going to revise and review the stuff that you already learned. So basically I'm going to test you on some of this stuff. I want to test how much you remember, and for obvious reasons I can't hear how well you pronounce it or if you answer correctly, but I just have faith in you, and if you don't get the right answer you can always go back to the other lessons. So from lesson 1 to 9, we've covered a lot of things, and now I'm going to review the most important. We started with the alphabet, which I'm sure you remember, but how about introducing yourself? Do you know how to say my name is? Jeg hedder, og mit navn er. Ikke? Jeg hedder, og mit navn er. If you want more clear and slow pronunciation, go back to the first lesson. Yeah. Or how do you say like I come from? Jeg kommer fra. Right? Or how do we talk about family? Like how would I say I have a brother? Jeg har en bror. Right? All these things. Or how would you say I like something? Like I like blah blah blah. Jeg kan godt lide. Right? Alright, cool. So let's try it another way. From Danish to English. Jeg kan godt lide pasta. Mm-hmm. I like pasta. Jeg kan godt lide blomster. I like flowers. Jeg kan godt lide biler. I like cars. What if I say jeg har? Jeg har. Like I have. Okay. Pronouns now. This is important. What is I? I. Jeg. And you, subject. Do. Like du gør det. You do it. What is me? What's that? My. And what is you as an object? Dig. Right? And he, han, and she, hun, and they, de, and we, vi. Right? Like I could say, vi elsker at spise. Vi elsker at spise. I'm sure you know what it means. We love to eat. Or vi kan ikke lide at se fjernsyn. Vi kan ikke lide at se fjernsyn. We don't like watching TV. Okay? So I'm sure you remember most of these, but it's important that you kind of revisit and do them again, because you got these over 10 days or so, but it's another process making it stick, and that can take longer time. Right? So it's important to rewatch or revisit the material at least. So pronouns. Right? What if I want to get to verbs? Talking about things I can do. What would be some common verbs? Just mention some verbs. How do I say to eat in Danish? At spise, right? What about to sleep? At sove, yeah, you got it. To drink. At drikke. Cool. How would I conjugate? Oh, this is more interesting. How would I take something in the past tense? How would I say I ate? Jeg spiste. Right? Jeg spiste. I ate. Or how would I say I drank? Jeg drak. Right? Jeg drak. Or I slept. Okay? That is jeg sov. Alright, cool. That's a little bit about that. And what is the infinitive? Do you remember what the infinitive is in Danish? Oh yeah, we're rushing through it now, I know. What is the infinitive? That is of course the at and then the verb. Okay? And this is the one you find in the dictionary. At gøre, to do. At lave, also to do or to make. At vente, to wait. Okay? So that's that. That's the verbs. What if I wanted to do adjectives? Adjectives, what is that? Adjectives is anything that describes something. Okay? So good, bad, fast, slow, rich, poor, whatever. I could say en god bil. En god bil. A fast car. I could say en hurtig mand, en hurtig mand, a fast man. I could also have traded or switched those two adjectives. Yeah, I could say en sød kage, en sød kage, a sweet cake. But what is this thing if we have a noun that has the it particle or the article? How does that change the adjective? If we have a noun like bord, like table, bord, it, bord, a table. How would I say a big table? Would I say et stor bord? Or I would say et stort bord. Like stort. We add the t because there is the it before it. So it's very important that we add the t. Okay? Adjectives. And what about the plural form? Like if I have one thing, okay? Like let's say I have a pillow. En pude, a pillow. Okay? And that would be en blød pude, en blød pude, a soft pillow. Cool. What if I wanted to say soft pillows, okay? Plural. If it's in plural form, that could be like bløde puder. Okay? You add an e at the end of the word. You add an e. Bløde puder, soft pillows, and you always do that with the plural. Very nice. And the superlative, right? Which is like big, bigger, biggest. You remember that? Stor, større, størst. God, bedre, best. Høj, højere, højst. Okay? Lav, lavere, lavest. And these two are like the most common ways or the most common form of doing it. So it's actually quite easy. What about nouns? You remember nouns in general? I mean, Danish is special in the way that we say like the thing. Right? How would I say like the man? Would I say den man or the man? I would say mannen, right? Because we take the article that would normally come before it and then we put it at the end. And that becomes mannen. And the same thing with nouns that have the it's. We had bord before. It's bord becomes bord. Eh? A table, the table. So that's really nice. Adverbs. Do you remember the whole thing with adverbs? Well, adverbs is like the juice. If you don't have adverbs, you don't have so much. This includes prepositions like e, po, like on, in, next to, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what it includes. But also like sadly, unfortunately, this is the English version. Sadly, unfortunately, luckily, all this li in English. If you translate that to Danish, it becomes an adjective. It's a kind of weird and not the best way of looking at it, but it's kind of practical if you're a beginner. Right? And adverbs is what can create inversion if they are not conjunctions. And conjunctions is something else. Right? Conjunctions are like connector words like men, og, fordi, like but, and, because. But if it's not a connector word, if it's something like måske meaning maybe, then when that comes first, we need to put inversion. And what does inversion mean? Inversion means that, in this case verb inversion, that we put the verb before the subject. Når jeg sover, smiler jeg. Når jeg sover, smiler jeg. When I sleep, I smile. Right? In English you would say like the other way, like, but if you say that in Danish it's weird because then you kind of start a sentence and you didn't finish it and you start a new one. So it's kind of important in Danish that you respect that. Oh, and at the end, just for good measure, can you count in Danish? Isn't it silly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we had 10 lessons, perfect. Right? So yes, that was pretty much all of it. That was all of it. Obviously. this is not the last thing I'm going to make and put out, and I can just feel this is getting better and better as I'm understanding what you need and getting better at explaining it, and you're also getting better. Your brain is like understanding things, so I can just see so much beauty in this thing. It's been a joy to teach you, and I hope that you're going to learn a lot from this. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Peace.